a comfortable seat if you're not already seated. And here you can sit whatever way works for you. So if it's comfortable to sit with your legs crossed, please go ahead and do so. If that's not comfortable for you, you can extend both legs or extend one leg and cross the other. Or if you do have a blanket or if you have a block, then you can use that and literally elevate your hips so that you're sitting on that block. And then that way there won't be all of that tension in the hip flexors and the knees will drop lower than the hips. But if you're okay in the hip flexor area, just find a comfortable seat, root down through your sit bones. So actually feel where you're making contact with the ground. Press into your points of contact so that you can grow taller through your spine. Feel the crown of your head grow taller towards the ceiling. And then place your palms facing up on top of your knees. Let your shoulders drop down away from your ears. If you're comfortable doing so, here you can close your eyes. Or if you'd like to just squint them, you can leave a little bit of an opening so that you're aware of your surroundings. And begin to tune into your breath. So become aware of your breath. Use your mind to trace your breath. As you inhale, follow that breath in the body. Feel the expansion of your body from your breath. As you let go of your stale breath, feel your body deflate as you empty out. A deep breath in through your nose. Feel the belly fill up. And a complete exhale, hollowing stale breath out of the body. Continue to welcome air into your body and heighten the awareness of your physical body. And I'll start today's practice with a quote by Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a Buddhist monk and peace activist. Hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear a hardship today. Please take a moment and set an intention, either for yourself or for someone in your life who needs some positive energy, some love, some strength. Then let's unite our breath. Open mouth, exhale that stale air from your body. Through your nose, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, release. Blink your eyes open. And your next inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Lengthen, stretch, look up, reach up. And then draw your left arm taller than your right as you stretch your left side body. Lower the left arm down, right arm reaches up as you stretch and try to touch the ceiling with your right fingers, and then alternating. Left arm, right arm, as though you're reaching, picking your favorite fruit from a tree, extending left side body, right side body. And then gently release here. Take your hands behind your back, interlace all 10 fingers, straighten through the arms so that you ground your knuckles to the earth, and then shine your heart up and open. Take a deep breath into your heart space, into the front of your body. And a full exhale. Feel that stretch across the pecs, through your heart. Release the clasp of your hands, arms reach high. And then rotate palms forward, hinge forward, ground your fingertips, and walk your fingertips forward as you drop your chin to your chest. Feel that stretch along your spine, along the whole back line of your body. Continuing to reach, noticing that stretch. And then gently release as you walk your hands back in front of your shins. Draw your torso upright. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, baby back bend. Goal push your arms. Let your shoulder blades act like little hands, pressing your heart up and open. Inhale, arms reach high. Rotate palms forward. Exhale, hinge forward. Rock your body into a tabletop all fours. So here you place your palms directly beneath your shoulders and your knees directly beneath your hips. If you have that blanket and sensitive knees and want to put this underneath your knees for an extra layer, feel free to do so. Spread your fingers wide, making an L with your pointers and your thumbs. Push away from the ground and start to warm your spine. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Press your palms into the ground and hug your shoulders back so your heart moves forward. Exhale, cat pose. Push the ground away, making like a Halloween cat spine, dropping chin to chest, and pressing away from the ground so much that you feel that stretch on the back line of your body. Move to your breath. Inhale, cow pose. Shoulder blades come together behind you. Exhale, cat pose. Shoulder blades spread to opposite sides of your back. Movement to breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So moving through here 3 or 4 times. Allowing your breath to guide your flow. So as you breathe in, belly drops, gaze lifts, tailbone lifts. As you breathe out, empty out the air from the belly. Feel your belly button move towards your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Finding 1 or 2 more rotations through. And then returning here to a neutral spine. So from here, keeping your hips above your knees, walk your arms forward, allow your heart to melt down towards the ground. Here you can ground your forehead, or if that's not comfortable, puppy pose. If that's not comfortable to ground your forehead, you can take your gaze either to the left or right. And here just allow your heart to melt towards the earth. So notice that length in your spine as your torso drops down towards your mat. Breathe. And if your gaze is facing one direction, go ahead and flip your gaze the opposite way to maintain balance in the neck. Breathe. One more breath cycle here. And then gently release. Press into your palms, return your gaze towards the earth if it's shifted either way. Walk your palms back in beneath your shoulders. Square your body in a tabletop. And on your next inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. So pushing away from the ground with your left palm. Let your gaze follow your right fingertips as you reach up. Inhale. Exhale, thread your needle. Feed your right arm underneath your left. Ground down on the outside of the right shoulder and on your right temple. And here your left arm can move forward if you'd like. And then you'll feel that your right arm sort of takes all the weight when you do that. So that'll be a nice deep stretch on the outside of your right shoulder. Or if you'd like to take a different pose, you can inhale your left arm up towards the ceiling and then bend at your left elbow to capture your right hip crease. And then once you're in your bind, you can use the back of your right palm to push away from the ground to help you rotate your gaze over your left shoulder. So breathe here along your twisted spine. So if you're in a bind, unwind, place your left palm in front of your face. If your left arm is extended, draw your left palm back and put it in front of your face. Push away from the ground with your left palm. Inhale your right fingers back up towards the ceiling. Look up, stretch up. Inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, cat pose. Push the ground away. Return here to a neutral spine. On your next inhale, On your next inhale, lift your left fingers up towards the ceiling, pushing away from the ground this time with your right palm. Inhale. Exhale, easy twist. Feed your left arm underneath your right. Ground down on the left shoulder, ground down on the left temple. And then here your options are to reach your right arm long and let your right armpit melt towards the ground. Feel that nice stretch around the outside of the left shoulder. Or your other option is to create a bind as you inhale your right fingers towards the ceiling, bend at the right elbow, and reach around for your left hip crease. And then you can use the back of your left palm as leverage to turn your gaze, rotating it above the right shoulder. Breathe. If you're in a bind, unwind, placing right palm in front of the face. If your right arm is extended, draw your right palm, place it in front of your face. Push the ground away with your right arm. Inhale your left fingers high. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, cat pose, push the ground away, chin to chest. Return here to a neutral spine. And then from here, walk your hands one palm print in front of where they were. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, tuck your toes, shift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. So in down dog, your body is an upside down V, and you use your palms to push the ground away so that your hips move up and back more. So rather than what I call a shoulder dump, which looks like this, you push with your palms, stretch your spine, reach your hips up and back diagonally, and then feel your heels lower towards the earth. Begin to walk your dog here. Bend your right knee, draw your left heel closer to the ground, and then alternate. Bend your left knee, right heel lowers to the earth. So moving back and forth, walking your dog. You're returning here to stillness. As you inhale, take your gaze to your hands. As you exhale, step your feet up, feet behind your wrists. So right foot behind right wrist, left foot behind left wrist. Let's just find a nice deep forward fold here. Letting your head be heavy. Feeling that length in the backs of the legs. And then feel where you're grounded down into the earth. And push your feet into the ground so you feel your hips lift up higher towards the ceiling. Notice more length through the backs of the legs when you do that. As you inhale, find a halfway lift. Fingertips slide up to your shins. Press the fingers into the palms so that you can stretch the crown of your head forward, and then retract your shoulders back in space. So feel all that length along your spine. Inhale. As you exhale, plant your palms, step back for a high plank, and shift back down dog. We're going to open a little into the legs real quick. So as you inhale, lift your right heel high towards the ceiling. And then from here, bend your right knee and open your right hip. So point your right knee towards the ceiling. Keep pushing away from the ground with your palms. So feel this stretch open into the inside of the right thigh. Also through the back of the left leg, and then take a peek underneath your left armpit and find your right toes with your eyes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, square your hips. Glide forward so your shoulders stack above your wrist and touch your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, lower down, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Then one knee, opposite heel reaches towards the earth and alternate. Returning here to stillness. On your next inhale, lift your left heel high towards the ceiling. Then bend your left knee and open up your left knee towards the ceiling. So feel that stretch. Push away from the ground. Feel all of that stretch on your left side body, the inside of the left thigh. And then take a look underneath your right shoulder and locate your toes with your eyes. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, square your hips, look at your hands, glide forward, stack shoulders above wrist, touch your left knee all the way to your left elbow. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Inhale, gaze up to your hands. As you exhale, step your feet behind your wrists. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Retract your shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees a lot. Press into your feet. Inhale, come to standing Tadasana, mountain pose. So feet about hip distance apart. Root down through your feet. Rise up. Lengthen. Rotate pinkies to face in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, find a baby back bend. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm just going to let someone in real quick. Okay. So hands together at heart center. Inhale, arms reach high, lengthen. As you exhale, lower the left arm down the left side body. And then hinge over to the left. So pressing the hips to the right here, stretching through your right side body, taking the gaze up to your right bicep. Breathe. Inhale, expand the right side body. Exhale, deepen. Engage through your core. Inhale, come back up to standing. Exhale, lower right arm down. Slide the right arm down. Hinge over to the right as you bump your hips left. As you inhale, feel that space and stretch on left side body. Engage your core, come back up to standing. Inhale, arms reach high. As you exhale, hands through heart, forward fold. Let your head be heavy. Feel that stretch through your hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins. Retract your shoulders. Exhale, plant your palms shoulder distance apart. Step back for a high plank. First option to do chaturanga. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you can decide to skip chaturanga and shift back to down dog, or else use your toes to glide your shoulders forward past your wrists. Bend your elbows to graze your side body. Inhale, up dog, flip to the tops of the feet. Straighten your arms, shoulders down and back. So place your palms wide enough on your mat so that you can hug your shoulders back and send your heart forward and feel that baby back bend all the way down to your lower spine. Engage your core. Exhale, shift back, downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Then return to stillness. On your next inhale, right heel lifts high towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, make contact. We've been here before. Inhale, right heel high. Keep your foot flexed. Exhale, right knee crosses the body to tap your left elbow. Use your obliques, core strength. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, step through low lunge. Place your right foot in between your hands, setting yourself up with a 90-degree angle with your knee above your ankle. Now, sometimes that foot doesn't get there very easily. So if it gets stuck halfway, use your hand, pick it up, place it between your hands, and then find yourself in your low lunge. So today we're going to drop down onto our left knee and inhale, rise up, modified crescent. So dropping down into the hips, feeling this left hip stretch, arms reach high. Inhale. As we exhale, find a baby back bend. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, take your hands to your heart center. Hinge forward so you have a straight line with your torso. And then hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Your palms press. Press your right palm into your left as you take your gaze over your right shoulder. Breathe through this twist. Twisting is so good for your immune system. Option here is to tuck those left toes and straighten that left leg behind you. One more breath cycle here. And then release. If your left leg is long, ground your left knee. Frame your front foot. And then from here, we're going to straighten our right leg. Flex the right toes to face. So you're going to start to feel this stretch all along the back of the right leg. If you're lifted in your torso like I am, you can drop your hips and drop your forehead towards your right shin, and you'll start to feel that stretch in the lower back as well. If you would like to, and you don't have any problems with your knees, you can untuck your back toes, shift your hips back, and fold over your extended leg. Breathe. Deep inhalations, full exhalation. So the toes on the right foot are flexed towards your face. Option is to take your left hand, reach to the outside of your right foot, the pinky part, and deepen this stretch. Breathe. And then gently release. Release the clasp of your left foot if you're holding on to it. Place both palms on the ground. Begin to shift your hips forward. Bend your right knee. Frame your right foot. Tuck the toes of the back leg behind you. Straighten that leg. Plant your left palm inside your right foot and inhale, open twist right. Push away from the ground with your left palm. Raise your right fingers up towards the ceiling. Let your gaze move past your reach. Breathe. Heavy in the hips, feeling the stretch that left hip flexor again. Inhale. As you exhale, frame your right foot, step your left foot forward, draw your toes together to touch, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high to low push-up, or meet in down dog. Walk your dog. Breathe into the body. And return here to stillness. On your next inhale, lift your left heel high, left foot is flexed. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow, glide forward, stack shoulders above wrists, make contact. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee across the body to the right elbow, making contact. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through or place it there. And then once you have your alignment with your left knee above your left ankle, lower down onto your right knee and rise up for modified crescent. So sinking into the hips, opening up here into the right hip. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands to heart. Hinge forward. So there's a straight line from your right knee, up the right leg, through the crown of the head, and then hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Placing your left palm to press into your right to help you rotate your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe. If you did so on the other side, you can challenge this posture by tucking the right toes and straightening the right leg. This is good for your lymphatic system, which supports your immune system. So it's our breath and our muscle contractions that get our lymph moving. And then when we twist and we use our breath, we really assist with moving as well. Gently release. If your right leg is long, ground it. Gaze down, frame your left foot. Begin to walk your hips back as you straighten your left leg and flex your left toes to your face. So there's options here. You can keep the booty lifted, flexing the toes to the face, framing your left foot, lowering the hips just a little to deepen that stretch through your left hamstrings to also pull it down to the lower left back. Other option, if your knees allow, untuck those right toes behind you, lower your hips all the way down to have a seat on them, and then you can fold forward over your extended left leg. Welcome breath into your body. Keep your toes flexed to your face. And if you explored that deeper stretch, you can take your right hand, reach it to the outside pinky part of your left foot, capture it, and breathe. Gently release. If you're holding your left foot with your right hand, please release it. Place your palms on the ground, lift your hips up, bend your left knee, frame your left foot, tuck your right toes, straighten your right leg, ground your right palm inside your left foot. Inhale, open twist left. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, frame your left foot, step your right foot forward to your left, toes touch, fold over your legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, lift your hips, lift your toes away from the ground so weight is in your heels. Lower that booty down and have a seat. So you'll feel your shoulders working, your arms working to keep your arms extended. As you squeeze the tops of your legs together, you'll feel your quadriceps engaged. Inhale. Exhale, chair plane. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. Inhale, arms reach high. So we're gonna stay on our cleansing theme for today with some more twists. So take your hands to heart center. Deepen your seat so the belly comes closer to the tops of the thighs. Inhale. As you exhale, twist so your left elbow comes to the outside of your right knee, chair twist. Press your right palm into your left palm and rotate your gaze over your right shoulder. Take a peek down and make sure your knees are squared forward. So if you notice that your left knee moved forward, that means your left hip moved forward. So draw your left knee back so it's in line with your right, so your hips are squared and you're realizing maximum benefits of this posture. Inhale. Exhale, release. Straighten your legs, fold forward. Heel toe your feet hip distance apart and then go a little wider than that. Place your palms underneath your feet for gorilla pose. So slide your palms under, let the toes come to the crease of your wrist. Press into the toes, so more of your weight shifts forward. Inhale, energetically halfway lift. As you exhale, bend at the elbows, draw the crown of your head towards the earth. One more breath cycle here. And then gently release. Remove your palms from beneath your feet. Bend into the knees a lot. Press into your feet. Inhale, come to standing. Reach your arms up high. As you exhale, find a baby back bend. Inhale, arms lengthen. Take your hands together at your heart. Draw your feet together as well. Inhale, chair pose. Drop the booty down. Reach the arms high. Squeeze the tops of the legs together. Shift weight into your heels as you peel your toes up away from the ground. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Deepen your squat. Feel the belly come close to the thighs. Inhale, lengthen spine. As you exhale, rotate, hooking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, pressing your left palm into the right, scooting that booty down so the belly comes close to the thighs, pressing the left palm into the right as you take your gaze over your left shoulder. Breathe. Check in with the knees. If your right knee moved forward, shift your right knee and your right hip back in space. As you breathe in, let your body fill up with breath. As you exhale, think about cleansing your body. One more breath cycle. Gently release. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, chair plane. Inhale, stand tall Tadasana. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, Tadasana. One more time, exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands through heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stretch your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. High to low push-up. Use your toes, glide forward. Graze the side bodies with your elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe. Inhale your right heel high towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee crosses the body. Tap your left elbow. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through or place it to the top of the mat. This time, inhale, rise up, crescent pose. So you're going to feel your left hip shifting forward to feel that stretch. Bending your right knee about over your right ankle. Arms reach high, bringing the upper body into this. Inhale. As you exhale, airplane your arms. So glide forward. Reach behind you, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Notice that your torso hinges forward and you're creating a long line from your back foot, up the back leg, up the torso. From here, extend your arms forward to continue that long line of energy. Breathe. Now take your hands to heart, just try it. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, revolved crescent. Press your right palm into the left. So your option here is to drop down on that left knee if you need to, or try to keep that left leg long and challenge yourself. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, welcome air into the body. Exhale, deepen this twist. And then gently release. Gaze down at your right toes. Frame your right foot, straighten your right leg. Modified pyramid pose. Let's lift your right foot off the ground and drop your forehead to your right shin. And then gently release. So bend your right knee, place both hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk heel toe your right foot over. Ground your left knee. We're going to find a version of lizard pose or runner's lunge. So left knee is grounded. Right knee is above right ankle. Option to keep your arms long, or if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can lower down onto your forearms. If you'd like to, you can keep your left knee grounded, or if you want to add a little extra challenge, you can tuck your left toes And straighten your left leg. You'll feel that stretch not only on the inside of the right thigh, but also now through your left hip as well. Breathe. One more breath cycle here. And then gently release. Lift up onto your palms to straighten your arms. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Shift your hips back for down dog. And just feel how much space you have in your hips as you walk your dog. Find stillness in your downward facing dog. Find one more full breath cycle here. After your exhale, inhale your left heel high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, shoulders stack above wrists. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, cross the body, shoulders stack above wrists. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. 90-degree angle. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose. So finding your crescent with your left knee above the left ankle, right leg straight and strong. Arms extend, zipper in the lower belly. Breathe in. As you exhale, airplane your arms. Power up the back of your right leg so your right leg is straight and strong. Engage your core and use your core to extend your arms in front of you. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, revolved crescent. Take your left palm to press it into your right. The trick with balancing in this posture is to push away from the ground with your right toes so your right heel reaches towards the ceiling. That will help to stabilize your posture. Your option is always to ground your right knee on the earth as well. But we've been there before, so try to layer it on here. One more breath cycle. Gently release, frame your left foot, straighten your left leg, modified pyramid. So option here is to peel this left foot off of the ground. Breathe. And gently release, ground your left foot, bend your left knee, place both hands to the inside of your left foot, and then walk heel toe your left foot off the side of your mat. Place your palms beneath your shoulders, ground down your right knee. So just start to feel the stretch here to the inside of the left thigh. Breathe there if it feels really tight. And then decide if you want to stay here or if you want to move further. If you'd like to, and if you did so on the other side, please lower down onto your forearms. And then if you extended your back leg on the other side, please do so again. So tuck the right toes behind you, straighten the right leg, and breathe. One more breath cycle. If your right leg is long, lower it to the ground. Place your palms beneath your shoulders, straighten your arms. Tuck your right toes behind you, straighten your right leg, step your left leg back to meet your right. Shift back for a down dog and walk your dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, walk your feet up, toes touch. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees a lot. Inhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend. Open your heart space towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, swan dive. Let your heart lead. Fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen spine. Retract shoulders. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back high to low push-up. Or meet us in downward facing dog. Meeting in down dog. Inhale your right heel high to the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. We'll give you a moment here to pull it through. And on your next inhale, rise up, crescent pose. From here, we're gonna open into warrior two. Spin your left foot to parallel the back of your mat. Line your right heel up with the middle of your left foot, with the arch of your left foot. Bend your right knee, extend the arms out 90 degrees. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed. Check in with your back leg. Can you press into the pinky part a little more so that you engage your back quadricep? Breathe. Rotate your right palm to face up. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back. Place your left hand on the back of the left thigh. We're gonna find a wind-blown warrior. Bend at your right elbow, touch your spine, and then trace your right elbow along the ceiling so you find a really deep stretch on your right side body, the right side of the ribs. Breathe into your stretch. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel your arms. Frame your right foot. Square your hips forward. Shift your weight into your right leg, standing half splits. Lift your left leg up. Flex your left foot so your hips are squared. So the way that you can tell if your hips are squared are to look underneath your body to make sure that your toes are all down towards the earth. If the pinky toe is up a lot higher, your left hip is higher than your right. So rotate all of those toes to face towards the ground in a flexed position. And then lift your left heel closer to the ground. It helps to walk your hands forward. If you are working on balance and strength of your standing leg, you can test by lifting one hand or both away from the ground to hold the ankle of your standing leg. Here for 3. In 2, if you're not touching the ground with your hands, touch them. And 1, touch the fingers to the ground. Listen carefully. Bend your right knee, micro bend it. Place your left toes to the back of the mat. Drop down on your left knee and then have a seat on your left hip. So we're gonna cross our right knee on top of our left, kind of like shoestringing our legs. I like to use my hands and manually push my bottom leg forward, the foot of my bottom leg I push forward. Use my hands to better stack my top knee on top of the left. So you're gonna feel a super juicy stretch here on the outside of the top hip. I'm gonna use the words top and bottom for our legs because I just realized I'm probably backwards for you. And it doesn't matter which leg you do first as long as you remember to do both of them. So from here with your knees stacked, inhale to lengthen your torso tall. And as you exhale, if you'd like, you can begin to walk over your legs, dropping your gaze down at your knee and breathing. We're here for just 2 more breath cycles. Welcome deep inhalations into your body and then fully release them on the exhale. Lots of fresh air. And then empty it out. And then gently release. Draw your torso upright. So to get out of here, we're literally just going to uncross our right leg up from our left, or uncross our top leg from our bottom. And then place both feet about hip distance apart. So your knees are bent up towards the ceiling. Take your hands behind you, your fingers face forward. You're placing them directly behind your palms. Straighten your arms, lift your spine. Let both of the legs fall over to the left. Gaze right. Come back through center, engage your core. And then drop both knees the opposite way and then gaze over the other shoulder. Come back through center, cross your legs, cartwheel your arms, plant your palms, come up into your tabletop. So find your tabletop, inhale, cow pose, drop the belly. Exhale, cat pose, arch the spine. Return to a neutral spine. Walk your palms a palm print in front of where they are, time. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck your toes, shift your hips up and back. Inhale your left heel high. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Make contact. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee crosses over to touch your right elbow. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Find your 90-degree alignment. And then inhale, rise up for crescent pose. So in this position with our legs staggered, when our right hip shifts forward, as we square our hips forward, you're going to feel a nice deep stretch through that right hip flexor. Left knee bends above left ankle. Arms extend high. Inhale. As you exhale, open up warrior two. Find your alignment with the front heel bisecting the middle arch of your back foot, with your front knee bent, with weight pressing into the pinky part of that back leg. Extend your arms out to the side. Gaze over your front fingers. Feel your front knee like it's opening up behind you. So you'll feel this external rotation of that thigh muscle, and that helps to open up through the hips as well. Breathe. Rotate your front palm to face up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and stretch back. Windblown warrior. Bend at the elbow, touch your spine, and then trace your elbow along the ceiling back a little further. Really stretching through the left side body, stretching in between the ribs, through those intercostal muscles. Let your breath help to make space. Inhale. As you exhale, gently release, cartwheel your arms, frame your front foot, square your hips forward, push weight into your front foot, kick up, standing half splits, walk your hands forward. Look underneath your body to square your hips. Breathe. So if you played before with balance, you can feel free to do so again, taking one hand or both around the ankle of your standing leg. Here for 3. Fingertips touch the ground if they're not already there in 2. And gently release. Fingertips touch the ground. Listen carefully. Walk your fingers back to frame your left toes as you micro bend your left knee and place your right toes on the ground behind you. Then drop your right knee on the ground or your back knee and have a seat on the outside of the hip. Cross the top leg on top of the bottom. So again, I'm using my hands to push my bottom foot forward and over, because that gives me more room to stack my top knee on top of the bottom knee. And as soon as you do that, you'll start to feel this stretch. We did a lot of opening So here we're gonna make sure we stretch the outsides of the hips as well. Drawing your torso upright, inhale. And then as you exhale, if it helps, you can actually draw your arms high as you inhale. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. You can use your fingers to help you pull forward. Drop your fingers, drop your chin down to your chest. Here for 2 more breath cycles. And then gently release, draw your torso upright on the inhale. Go ahead and use your hands to unstack that top leg, ground your foot, ground the foot of your bottom leg, knees bent, feet hip distance apart, fingers behind you, facing forward, your fingers straighten your arms, lengthen your spine, inhale. Exhale, let both knees fall over to the right, taking gaze left. Coming back through center, knees fall the opposite way, gaze goes the opposite direction of your knees. Returning knees back to center, gaze back to center. We're gonna butterfly our legs, drawing the bottoms of our feet together. So Kevin just notified me of the time. I usually go over in all of my real life classes, but Zoom, I believe, will cut me off. So just in case I get cut off, I just wanted to share with you guys, thank you so much for coming. Shoot me a text or a Facebook message or an email and let me know what you thought of today. And then also let me know if you might be interested in adding a second class throughout the week. I know some of us are still trying to figure out schedules, and I know that some are still working during the day, but I was tentatively thinking a Wednesday 10 o'clock yoga class. So let me know what you think about that. And then I also wanted to share, if you're interested in fitness, then Kevin leads, it's like a kind of small group training using either weights or bands. And we do that a few times a week. We do it at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock on Saturdays. So if you're interested in that, he also does a 6:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm not there for that. For the other ones, I am his model. We do weights and bands and body weight. I have a bunch of weights from when I used to teach Yoga Sculpt. So if anybody needs weights, you can reach out to me. And I think that's it. So this was a really long butterfly. Let's sit tall and flap our wings. Then use your hands to draw your knees together, and then go ahead and seat yourself center on the mat. Hold the backs of your legs, lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Let's find a nice long body stretch. Reaching your arms up and back and pointing your toes to the lower part of the mat. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a great little hug as you draw your forehead towards your knees. And then return to your intention from the beginning of class. Give it your heart right now. Give it your mind's focus. Take a deep breath into your intention. And as you exhale, surrender it to the universe. Shavasana. Legs long, heels in, toes out. Arms long, palms face up. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears to flatten your upper back to the ground. Allow yourself to surrender to gravity. So place your body in a comfortable position so that you can literally let go of every bit of muscle control. Soften. Hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear this hardship today. Begin to deepen your breath. Feel your belly fill with air space. Feel your belly fall as you exhale. Breathe in, welcome fresh breath into your body. Breathe out, surrender old air. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Begin to turn your head left and right, stretching into your neck. And when you're ready, roll yourself to either side of fetal position. So tuck your knees in towards your chest. Roll to either side, let your head rest on the bicep of your lower arm. You can take the top palm and place it on the ground in front of your heart. And then gently press yourself up away from the ground, finding a seat in easy pose or whatever pose is comfortable for you. Again, find where you make contact with the ground, press into the earth, lengthen through your spine. Take your hands to connect in front of your heart. Feel your thumbs against your heart, and notice when you breathe, your heart expands and lifts up. Feel your breath, that life force, that energy that's you. May there always be love in your heart. May you find truth through your words.
Mommy,
And may you
which one did you
peace
leave for me?
in your mind and in all of the thoughts that occupy your mind. Draw your hands together at third eye center.
Yeah.
Namaste.
No, here.